Hello everyone, this is excandersham from Ghostlands EU, and this is part 3 of the World of Warcraft Cataclysm Let's Play. We are on a hunter, an undead hunter called Undead LP. I know it's not a particularly original or exciting name, but it's just a name that I cocked up in just 1 second of thinking. And I was surprised it wasn't actually taken, because usually whenever I actually put in my first choice, they almost always are taken by somebody. We have now got our Darkhound blood, but we were quite dumb and we didn't actually read the quest text for a thorn in our side, so we actually ran away from the undead outpost here, just to note this, we hadn't actually killed any undead missionaries, which are basically these mages that barely get a shot off because we are hunters, and the hunter seems to be very, very strong at low levels, especially the fact that we got a pet. Of course, the pet doesn't take that much damage at the low level, and you can't really tell it what to do, but it does level along with you, so it does actually do quite a lot of damage. And once we've actually completed the quest, we decided we're not going to run all the way back, we're using our Hearthstone. And then we just get to level 9. Level 9 already. We are leveling like shit on a shovel. I don't know what that is, what kind of how fast shit on a shovel is supposed to actually move. I've heard that saying before, but I've never understood it. And this is a dwarf who's dumb enough to drink something the undead gave him. Yeah, the undead who were in big shit with the Horde for actually dealing with the plague, constructing their own plague, and using the plague on the Horde and the Alliance. Yeah, when you actually use a plague you had been constructed on your own allies, that's generally frowned upon, though the Forsaken have plausible deniability because of it was Apothecary Putress, and he did try to depose Sylvanas, but Sylvanas is nowhere better than Putress. She is constructing her own plague, and it is exactly what is occurring in Tirisfal Glades at the moment, and we're actually gathering regions to actually create a plague as well. The Forsaken haven't gone away from their main goal, which isn't to actually help the Horde and make the Horde into this massive force. They still want to kill all life, which is something that none of the Horde or the Alliance particularly want, and Garrosh does not like what the Forsaken are doing. To be honest, if it was up to Garrosh and they didn't need the Forsaken for their dominion over Eastern Kingdoms, having a foothold in Eastern Kingdoms, I'm pretty sure Garrosh would declare war on the Forsaken. And for some reason there was lag. I do not know why. We're killing we're killing Duskbats here because apparently this old woman here, because what's happened with the Forsaken is the Forsaken sometimes when they get resurrected become mindless drones. Not all Forsaken are strong enough to maintain their willpower to stay sane and stay free. This elderly woman here can't stay free, and she's using her time time as a non-mindless undead to construct army materials for the army. Basically stuff like leather caps and stuff, or leather blankets. And the other quest we needed to do there was to actually kill the Worgen. I know there was I know there was 2 minutes ago, but apparently there were Worgen infiltrators in Tirisfal Glades, which is another thing This is another thing I don't particularly like about the game. I don't know, I don't want to bitch too much about the game because the Undead Questing Zone is good, and this doesn't have actually relevance to the Undead Questing Zone, but it's more about the Worgen. Now, the Worgen get their massive questing zone, probably the best questing zone in the game in regards to, best starting zone in the game in regards to lore. But then, as soon as they leave, they barely get any more information about what happens with the other Worgen, and the Undead get all the Worgen lore in Silverpine, which is quite shit, to be honest, because as a Worgen, I'd like to hear how the story goes on from there. But no, they just give it to the Horde. I think it was just poorly designed. They couldn't actually work out a way in which they continue the Worgen questing, because there isn't really any zone in Eastern Kingdoms where they can actually make a Worgen type zone. Well, they could make Duskwood a Worgen type zone, but that is too far away from the Forsaken to be legitimate for a continuation of the Forsaken / Worgen conflict. So what happens in Silverpine is a few Worgen stragglers, the Blood Pack and stuff, are in a confrontation with the undead, and we'll be seeing it as we actually get to the Worgen or the Silverpine area questing. We got 2 quests here. We need to collect Doomweed. This is the reason, again, I mentioned the Gloomweed in the previous video. Apparently, we are delivered Gloomweed. This guy is particularly unhappy. Gloomweed? Gloomweed? Where the hell will I want Gloomweed? I said Doomweed! And he gets kind of annoyed. But we need to collect some embalming liquor from these rot-hide grave robbers here. Apparently, the Scourge have decided to hire rot-hide grave robbers to steal corpses for the Scourge. I think that's the questing area. I think that is the questing. I think that's what the quest is regarding them. We have to kill the rot-hide golems. They're not golems. The rot-hide gnolls. To kill them, and when we collect the embalming fluid from the graves they have dug up. And once we've done that, we get some experience and some nice loot. Yes, the Scourge. So I guess it must be the intelligent human type Scourge who are actually constructing these massively elaborate plans involving gnolls, because I'm almost certain that the undead Scourge themselves don't have the intelligence to actually formulate a plan other than, oh, there's humans over there, let's eat them. And I'm pretty sure that is the extent of what the Scourge would be if they didn't actually have the Cult of the Damned. Well, the Cult of the Damned aren't that intelligent anyway, but you understand what I mean. Leeches would probably be the people who are actually telling the Scourge what to do. We need to kill Magadai here. Apparently he is the leader of the rot-hide mongrels. And that guy was just dead there. He does actually have 2 gnolls in front of him. He can actually kill you. That is actually a very tough pull. And if I didn't actually have a pet, I would thinking that would be quite annoying for a hunter to deal with that. So yes, the other 2 quests here is we need to frighten 12 vile-fin tadpoles. I don't know why. Maybe because the Forsaken guy there just has a sadistic... just has a sadistic need to frighten small children. And the other thing is we need to collect 5 vile-fin scales. This is for a questing reagent, or a alchemist reagent, almost certainly. In construction of the plague. I don't know why the plague would have... I guess there must be some sort of poison or some sort of like hallucinogen on the Murloc's skin. Because I don't really understand the reason, but oh, he just doesn't like Murlocs. He did just tell us to scare Murloc babies. Oh yeah, the reason we're scaring Murloc babies, this is the reason now, I think, is because they don't like the fact, they don't want the Murlocs, that after we've killed their parents, to come back and seek great vengeance. But I think he is overestimating the intelligent level of Murlocs. I don't think they hold grudges. I don't think they even understand what grudges are. So it was just scaring little amphibian babies for no particular reason, just to be a massive dick. And once we completed those quests, we get sent up this little hill here. I think this is a new area. I've never been to this area before in any of the questing, because I did actually quest on the Undead up to level 15 prior to the Cataclysm, and I don't remember this area. It might have been changed in the Cataclysm, but I really don't remember it. What we learn here is that some of a family that ran this section of Tirisfal Glades was killed by the Scourge and has now is now quite unhappy with the Forsaken, and apparently have caused some distress to the Forsaken, and now the Forsaken are gonna, you know, kill them again. Yes, we're gonna kill the stuff that's already dead. The quest we're doing here was the family crypt. We just need to kill just rotting undead, just to maintain this area, because we don't particularly want these things to be in the way. To be honest, I don't even know why we're here. We just seem to be here just to enact great vengeance on this elderly family who has apparently done this Forsaken horde its wrong, or has done some wrong to the Forsaken and they don't particularly like. To be honest, I probably should have read these quests because, well, actually no, I shouldn't. This doesn't seem to be that interesting. So yes. Oh yeah, they're allied with the Scourge. This is the reason that we don't like the Agamand family, because they're minions of the Scourge now, and they don't want a Scourge to have a foothold in Tirisfal Glades. So this is the reason we're clearing out the Scourge from this area. So it's undead on undead, fist fights to the death. It's a good thing though, because now with the Cataclysm, it does actually list on your map where the actual family members are, so it isn't a ridiculous look through Wowhead or Photbot trying to find out where the mobs are, because there is 4 mobs to find. And that's the end of this video, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked this video of the World of Warcraft Cataclysm Let's Play. If you want to like the video, please like. If you want to subscribe, please subscribe. And if you want to comment, please comment. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again.